sana. Kilungule, shule yangu nzuri, unatupa elimu na moyo wa ushindi. Kilungule, nyota
Hello. I'm here to present about colonial economy. Colonial economy refers to the system of production, extraction and consumption which was introduced in Africa by the colonialists to meet their economic interests. Features of colonial economy: forced labor, production of taxation, production of money, practice monoculture, agriculture, etc. Tactics or methods used by colonialists to establish colonial economy are preservation, destruction, and creation. Starting with preservation. There is primitive instruments which were used by the Africans, and the colonialists when came in Africa. Examples of those primitive instruments are animals, axes, and fungus. Another one is family labor, whereby the family was the basic unit of production of cash crops or food production. Destruction method: they destruct traditional agriculture. When the colonialists came in Africa, they introduced plantation and settled agriculture. They destruct culture of Africans, whereby Africans were believing, whereby they destruct Africans' beliefs and religions and introduce dressing style, dancing style, language use, eating manner, and others. Creation method: they introduce taxation, land alienation, they introduce money, forced labor, and others. Sectors of colonial economy are agriculture, mining, financial institution, transport and communication. Starting with agriculture, this involved the production of cash crops and food crops. There are three types of agriculture: peasant agriculture, plantation agriculture, and settled agriculture. Starting with peasant agriculture, this involves Africans themselves to produce cash crops and food crops. Features of peasant agriculture: high population, bad.
This destruction were made by destruction of raw materials, destruction of families, and also this one was used to destruct families in order some people, when they destruct with others, they were able to do some areas and live with their business. Thank you.
The colonial economy was based on money oriented. Before the colonies came, African was used a barter trade, long distance trade, and the regional trade. After coming, the colonies were introduced a new form of food, medium exchange, such as they introduced the money as the main medium of exchange. The following are the practice used by the colonialists to establishment of the colonial economy. First, preservation. The colonies will preserve the primitive instruments of production, such as the tangas, hand hold, access, the tools of food production. Second is family labor. After coming the colonies, it was used the family labor as the main instrument, as the main is as the main basic unit of production. Second, it is the creation, destruction. The colonies were destroyed all the system of production and replaced them to the new system of production. The first were destroyed African culture, such as eating manner, dressing style, language use. Secondly, it destroyed African trading system. Before Africa was using such as Rhodes trade and barter trade. After coming the colonies were introduced the money as a medium of exchange. Three was the destroyed the agriculture system of production. After coming the colonies, they were introducing a new system of production such as monoculture, to growing a single crop such as rice. Third is the creation. After coming the colonies, we have created a new form such as starting with the create a money economy. It was established the money as a medium of exchange and lose African tradition such as the barter trade to exchange goods by goods. Two, it creates land alienation. We are forced the African to move from fertile land to the unfertile land. Third, it creates new industry and it destroyed a local industry of African such as iron smelting and your paper. Thank you.
Hello students. I'm here to present about colonial economy. Colonial economy was the system of production or consumption and
involve destruction of traditional agriculture. This involves the replacement of new system of agriculture and destruction of African culture. When Europeans came to Africa, there was African culture, and they destructed and they introduced their culture. Destruction of trade system. Colonialistic, when we came to Africa, there was the trade system of Africa, which was barter trade, and the colonialists came to produce currency, money, and the destruction of
Future of colonial economy. Alienation, cheap labor, possession of money, physical construction, work, taxation. The major method of colonial economy: A. Reservation. Reservation one place. C. Extraction.
I'm here to talk about this topic, colonial economy. Colonial economy refers the system of production, distribution, and consumption.